Hello everyone, I'm Nina Bemadi, the marketing manager at ATIS.cloud. I'm here today with Albion Chavani. He's our tech leader and he will show you a little bit more about the platform and do a real demonstration. And in the first part, I will talk about ATIS.cloud. So firstly, I would like to thank you all for being here today at this ATIS.cloud webinar. It's a real joy for us to present our platform and its latest features, and then at the end of the webinar, you will see our new plugin REVIT. So the main objective of this webinar is to introduce you to our universe, our history, and especially our ATIS.cloud platform, which we'll do via a short demonstration, like I said, with Albion. Okay, so let's go. So ATIS.cloud is now developed for more than 4 years. And our team is made up of 16 persons, of which 11 of them are developers. ATIS.cloud was born from a real business problem. Indeed, our founder being himself an expert in reality capture for 10 years, he had big issues with sharing point cloud to his customer. In fact, the solution were limited. Either you send a hard drive or you upload the content on a cloud platform, such as Dropbox or Google Drive, which systematically led to a lot of frustration. As it stands, to visualize and work on your point clouds, your methodology is well known. Installation of very expensive software and on each workstation, which must be very powerful and capable of deleting a huge amount of data. And using such software can be very expensive. So long story short, it's extremely difficult to share, visualize, and work on your point clouds. All of these are very good reasons why ATIS.cloud was created. This solution will allow you to visualize and analyze any type of point cloud on a simple web page. We know the daily challenge of our customers, process heavy data in multi-formats in order to share it safely at a limited cost. With our real agnostic technology, we have the solution. So here I'm going to talk a little bit more about our workflow, so you can know a little bit more how ATIS.cloud is working. So through this diagram, we want to represent the position that ATIS.cloud takes in an existing workflow. ATIS.cloud accepts all types of point clouds from any type of scan, meaning static scan, mobile scan, and drone or UAV. This is what we call the capture phase. Then comes the assembly phase, with the software of your choice to finally upload the data on our platform and run project without any limits. Our platform also allows you to import 2D and 3D models like IFC, OBJ, STEP, 3DS in order to complete your work and carry out any type of layered simulation. Ultimately, you can export your point cloud directly to your CAD software. The DNA of ATIS.cloud is made of point cloud and customer services. Customer certification is our top priority. We actually work with 4 main clients. We work with manufacturers, surveyors, architects, and real estate managers. And each of them has very specific expectation and needs. Basically, everything that has to do with point cloud and reality capture. The ATIS.cloud team strives every day to listen to the customer in order to understand their needs and translate them into functionalities. For instance, if tomorrow you want to simulate your renovation work or simulate your factory location, ATIS.cloud is the solution for you. And if you want to compare your BIM models to your point cloud to detect any modeling errors, ATIS.cloud allows you to do so with a simple click. And for example, if you need to document real estate or work with lightweight point clouds to speed up the modeling phase, ATIS.cloud will meet your expectation. So ATIS.cloud is a powerful tool that allow you to share, to host, to manage, to share, and to visualize your point clouds. So the strength of ATIS.cloud is to be a global solution. We have created an intelligent workspace, allowing users to rethink the use of point clouds without any restriction. Your data is stored on very secure server as close to our client. So to explain you a little bit more, data is transferred as in a silo, where only company members with super admin permission can access the data. Our tools are specific to point clouds. We will also allow you to automatically generate recap files, but also to export an area to work only on the right point clouds. Finally, ATIS.cloud is the only platform available in 5 languages, so French, German, English, Spanish, and Italian. And we're also developing other languages such as Japanese right now. So here's some of our tools. You will find on this slide our top 16 features. So obviously this list is not exhaustive, but it represents the most recurring usage of our clients. ATIS.cloud is the only point cloud exploitation and visualization platform working with structured and unstructured scans. And it's compatible with point clouds and scanners regardless of the origin device. So like I said earlier, we are compatible with mobile scan, terrestrial scan, and UAV. So to put in a nutshell, ATIS.cloud is equipped with very specific functionalities. Our solution will host your data without any size, any project, or time limit. And all above all, in all ultra secure way. Actually, our biggest files, to give you an example that we received, is E57, which is 1.6 terabytes with 1,000 and 200 stations inside the files. So our platform can be, and also our platform can be designed with your colors, your logo, your spirit, thanks to our white label interface, and will assist you directly to share your project while keeping off control the use. So on this slide, you can see all of our latest features. So we have the auto image export. We can upload up to 600 gigabyte per file, and you can analyze 3D models. So the ATIS.cloud team is working continuously on new features in order to always satisfy our customers and make it a platform connected to the reality on the ground. Also, what we are going to talk on the next minutes with Albion is our REVIT integration, which is still in beta test. So if you want to try it, you can. I will send you the link to be a part of our program tests, of our beta tests. And also in the near future, ATIS.cloud will be integrated Boston dynamic spots, equipped with a Belka arc. So this way you can control your Boston dynamic spots from ATIS.cloud and give him a path to follow. So now we are going to pass to the demonstration phase with Albion, our tech leader.
Thank you very much, Lina, for your presentation. So I'm Albion, technical leader of ATIS.cloud. And as Linda mentioned, I'm going to give you a short demonstration of ATIS.cloud, what you can basically do with it. And then we'll be seeing how REVIT plugin works and how you can ask the testing beta plugin. So as Lina mentioned earlier, ATIS.cloud is compatible with all point cloud formats, regardless of the scanner device, mobile, static, UAV. are you able to see my screen? Yeah, the screen is here. So this is the platform of ATIS.cloud once you are connected. So you can see you basically arrive on the dashboard, and on the dashboard you can see the map and all of your projects that you have access on. You can also create a project directly from the dashboard. The platform is in 5 languages, and you can either access the project directly from the map, or you can go back from the window project. So to use ATIS.cloud, you don't need to have a third-party installation. You really just need an internet connection and a browser. So you can work on your smartphones, big screens, anywhere, for as long as you have an internet connection and a browser. So from the window projects, you also have the map where you can access your projects. You can also search from different filters to access your project. So in our case, we're going to open a project of 83 gigabytes, which is done with Faro Focus. So you can see the list, because on ATIS.cloud, everything that you do, you can save a version. So by default, when you open a project, you'll be accessing directly the latest one. And here we can see that we have already some work in the project. And from the right side, we'll be able to see the structure of the project. So here you can see that we have opened the version demo. We have as sources, we have a point cloud, and also we have a BIM model. And we have as resources another point cloud, which we are able to do 3D simulation. And here the BIM model was created from REVIT, and it was exported to IFC and imported in this project. So once you have your projects on ATIS.cloud, if you're working with structured data, we keep the structure, which means that you can enter the 360 view of your station. You can change the size of the bubbles to enter the 360 view, and when you enter the 360 view, you will see the real image if it's in the point cloud, or you can import it afterwards. And through the 360 view, you can change the opacity to view the point cloud. And while you are in the 360 view, you'll be viewing at all time the BIM models, which means that you can do a 3D live simulation, like moving the BIM model, placing it correctly, or doing any kind of measurement. If you're working with georeference data, we keep the georeference, which means that your BIM model and point cloud will align automatically without having the need to change its position. But in case that you need to do some modification, you have the possibility to change its location. And also for all kind of measurements, we have different unit measurement, feet, meters, inches, and so on. And you can always at all time find the structure of your point cloud. You can double click on a station and you'll be directly sent to the station. And you are not obliged to enter the 360 view. You can hover the bubble and see the image of that place. And for the BIM models and point clouds also, you can change the translation, you can change the rotation, and also you can change the scale if it's not at the right scale, depending on the format that you're using. And if you want to be more precise, you can also do these modifications directly from the window, where you can change the scale, translation, and rotation. And in this version, we already have an animation saved. So on ATIS.cloud, you can have different point of views. You can also create video paths like this one when you set the path and the duration. So now we can change the project. And as Lina mentioned before, ATIS.cloud is compatible with all point clouds, regardless of the scanner device, whether it's mobile scan, static scan, or UAV. So from our gallery, we have put some projects in public that come from different scanner devices. And for example, this one is a project that was captured with Viametry solution. It's a backpack solution. You put it on your back and you can do the surveying. So for any kind of scanner device, if the scanner does images, we try to be compatible with them, which means that for the Viametric solution, we are compatible with their 360 images. So here, the bubbles that we have here is not a station. it's really the path of the guy that was doing the surveying. And at any time, you can enter the 360 view. And like the other project, you can change the opacity and view the point cloud instead, or view the both of them. Having the image is really interesting and useful because you can easily understand the environment and you can directly do any kind of measurement while you're viewing the 360 view. When you exit the bubble view, you can of course find all of your measurements and you can modify their position, and the result will be updated live. Another project with another scanner device, Leica Pegasus, mounted on a car, and the same thing. We are compatible with their 360 images, and you can enter the bubble view of every step of the project. Now we'll change to another scanner type, RTC 360, static scan, terrestrial scan, and we are compatible with their 360 images also, even if they make 5K or 40K images. And as I mentioned earlier, if your point cloud is structured, we keep the structure, which means that you can double click on every station and enter the 360 view and view only the points that are coming from this exact location. If once you have your projects on ATIS.cloud, you can also more than the measurements, you can also create ortho images or analyze your project differently. So here I'm placing a clipping box and using the mode X-ray. You can place yourself on top of the project before exporting the ortho images to do any kind of measurement. So here we'll go for the floor surface measurement. And you don't even need to export your ortho images to do this kind of calculation or to convert your point cloud to different formats to be able to do that. And of course, you can change the unit of measurement to the ones that you're used to working. And all of your measurements, you can find them on the right side and view the coordinates that were used to do that. And let's say that your point cloud has different attributes. ATIS.cloud keeps all the attributes. We do not modify the data of origin. So at any time you can download your data, and if your point cloud has intensity, you can display the intensity, you can display the elevation, heat map, for example, or even classification or any other custom attribute on your point cloud. So now we're going to switch to a real project, a real use case. So this project was scanned with Faro, and it was sampled with SIN, if I'm not wrong. It is a structure scan, which means that we have the bubble view and the structure, and we can find the name of each station. And also we have entered the version demo, and here in our project we can see that we have the structure of the point cloud. We have a resource, which is a point cloud, which I'll talk about it just after. And we have 3 BIM models already integrated into this project and already placed, but they're not displayed. On ATIS.cloud, you can extract your data very easily. So instead of working on a point cloud that has 1 terabyte, you can extract a part that you're really interested on. And here, for example, what you can do with these kind of tools, I'm going to extract the rolling gantry and open it locally, for example, if I need to do some work on it. But also, I'll be able to re-import this point cloud and do a 3D simulation. So here for exporting, you have 2 possibilities: via the browser, which you have only the LIS format. Otherwise, you have via the server, where you can export your data to recap project directly to E57 or LIS. So if I open the point cloud that I downloaded, we can see that in less than 30 seconds, I was able to extract the rolling gantry locally. So I can do the modeling. I can put it in any software that I'm used to work. But also this is very useful for those that do relocation projects and you don't have the B model of the piece or the object. So you can extract your data as a point cloud and re-import it in the same project. So here, for example, I import the rolling gantry. I can do 3D simulation, do any kind of measurement, and also I can interact with BIM models also and do a full 3D simulation. So here I'm going to move both of them, and I can do any kind of measurements to check if the project is correct or if it can be done or not. So if I can have the height and also the distance between the pipes and the rolling entry, for example. And all this can be done through VR. I can be seeing this, the same project in VR. We have another BIM model here, the vehicle. So you can change the place if it's not georeferenced, or do this kind of simulation. You can change the rotation to rotate it correctly, the scale for the formats that are not at the good scale. Let's say here, for example, we're going to calculate the distance from the vehicle to the main gate. And in terms of measurements, we have height, distance, surface, height profile, coordinates, diameter, and then we have the tools like clipping box and the others. So I'm going to clean on this, and I'm going to now use the X-ray mode to see through the walls, which can be really useful depending on the project. But what I'm going to do is that I'm going to extract an ortho image of this project with the dedicated tools. So I'm going to place the clipping box on the right place, depending on the point of view, depending on the view that I'm willing to extract the ortho images, the ortho image. So you can set the view, top, front, bottom, back. You can also apply an effect on the point cloud. So we'll go for X-ray. You can set the resolution. I'll go for 180 pixels, and also otherwise you can set your own resolution. You can use the grid in meters, feet, centimeters to display the grid on the ortho image and launch it. So here you can see the number of points that are being loaded to generate the ortho images. I'm at the depth of 6 to 10, so I'm not going to wait for the 6th, so I'm going to use the 5th depth. And if you want to have a better result, you can wait until we go to the highest depth, and then you have a full complete ortho image. So I'm going to stop it. I think we have more than enough points. Maybe you're going to lose some, but just to show you the result that you can have. And the ortho image that is downloaded, you'll get it automatically on your computer, but also is available for those that have access on the project and can download the file. And then you can import your ortho image to the software that you're used to work locally and create your plans directly on it. What else you can do with ATIS.cloud is that you can do clash detection. So I'm not going to launch the clash detection on the overall project because I don't have the BIM model of the whole project, but I'm going to launch the clash detection inside a station. So we're going to compare the points of this particular station with the BIM model. This is very useful if you have a sensible point of your project to verify. So instead of launching it as an overall project, you can launch it only in a station. So here I'm selecting the station and select the IFC model. You can set the depth of analysis. So the more you increase it, the more points will be visible on the desktop. And depending on your computer, you can increase it or leave it by default 3, because we compare the points that are visible to the BIM model. And depending on the project, you have to respect the precision. So once the result is done, we'll see that we have a data range, -3 to 3 centimeters. And of course, you can change these parameters, these settings, depending on your project. And the result will be updated live. So here you can see for the data range that I'm using, I have 88% to -10 to 10 and 71% to 3 -3. And to better understand it, I'm going to view only what's missing from the BIM model. So here I'm viewing the parts that are missing in the BIM model. So the electric lines on top are missing, and it seems that the walls are not correctly located. So either this can be because I placed my BIM model myself, or it's really a modeling error and it's not respecting correctly the location. And I'm changing my data set to the -3 to 3 for the both side, for both sides, and now we can see everything that's outside the 3 centimeters that is not respecting the condition of the project. And then you can create BCF annotations to really comment your work and see if if it was an error or if it was supposed to be like that. So now, before going to user management, you can work on ATIS.cloud in a collaborative way. So let's say that Okay, now I'm going to show you the BCF annotations. So on ATIS.cloud, you can have BCF annotation, which means that you can have us also manage the annotations. For example, here you can see all the issues, modeling error, which is already done, who created, see the comments. You can also directly go to the annotation from this window, and you can filter them by issue, improvement, or task. And directly from here, you can save any kind of modification. You can also set them by priority, low, medium, high, and also you can filter them by version, because some of the BCF annotation, they can be set for a particular version. And to better understand how the BCF annotation works, you can on the top right side, you have the article that explain how to use it, and you can export these kind of annotations to BCF format to integrate them, or CSV or PDF like this. So you have a real document automatically generated for your project to easily know and follow the errors and anomalies of your BCF project of the BIM models. We have also created the summary tab, which makes it easier to manage them and see the stats of the project. We can see the number of issues or improvements and when they were created in a lifetime of timeline of a year. And also you can have different stats, for example, for the labels that you're using, who has the most annotations created for this project, who has the most assigned annotations for the project, and who has completed the most annotations for this project. So like that, at any time, you can know what's left to be done and what has been done on this project. So now for the user management, for the administrators and those who have the right to access this page, you can at any time see the stats of your subscription and how many gigabytes you've used on ATIS.cloud. You can also see how many people downloaded the data per month and who is uploading the data. You can invite users on ATIS.cloud via address mail. You can also see if they accepted the invitation. Let's say that here we can see that we have 2 people that did not accept the invitation. You can either resend the invitation link, or either you can copy and send it via WhatsApp, Facebook, or your own email address. For those that no longer need to have access on your account, you can of course delete their invitation and invite someone else instead. When you invite someone on ATIS.cloud, it doesn't mean that they can see all of your projects. We have different global permissions. So when you invite them by default, they have the grade member, which means that they can only see the projects that they are invited on. And then we have the project manager, and administrator. And for each one of them, they have specific permissions, specific global permission. And for example, let's say that you've invited some new people on the ATIS.cloud account. You need to assign them the project that they need to work on. So we go and take an example. So here we go to the private sharing, and here we have the list of the people that are invited on ATIS.cloud, and you can invite them. Inviting them like this, it doesn't mean that they can do everything they want for that project. They cannot delete the data, they cannot import the data or change the version. If they need to have specific permission for this project, on the right side, you can assign them any kind of project. For example, you can assign them as administrator for this project and not the others. You can give them the right to download the files. You can give the right to manage the members. You can give the right to import some files. So you can have global permission for all of your projects. Otherwise, you can have specific permission for a specific project. And the second way to share your projects with your clients is a public sharing, which you enable the public sharing for the project. You set an expiration date, and then you will automatically get a link, and you just have to copy this link and send it to your users or to the people that need to see the project. If you think that the link, too many people got the link, you can ask to regenerate another link, or you just disable the public sharing for this project. At the same time, when you activate the public sharing, you can have the integration code. The integration code is very useful because this is what we use to create our own gallery. So you can copy the integration code, put it on any HTML page, and so like that, you can put it anywhere, and your clients can easily access on the project. So it's exactly the same thing as what we used for our gallery. we took the integration code and created this this page to easily show what kind of projects you can have on ATIS.cloud. And now we'll switch to the best part, the Revit plugin. So what you should know, guys, is that the Revit plugin is a beta version. You can install it on Revit 22, the latest one. And to do so, you should first ask for the Revit plugin on one of your projects on ATIS.cloud. I'll be showing you here how you can do that. To use it, you need to create a new project, a new empty project. And once you've created a new empty project and you have already the plugin installed, we can see on top of it, you have the window ATIS.cloud. You click on stream a project, and you'll be asked for a code. And this code, you get it on the ATIS.cloud platform. And this is the place where you demand for the plugin Revit. And once we activated the plugin Revit, you can come and copy the code, launch it on Revit, and you will be able to stream the project locally. Depending on the project size and on your internet connection, this may take a couple of minutes or a couple of seconds, depending on your connection and your computer speed. But your project will be streamed the same way that is being streamed on the browser. And you can use all of the functionalities of Revit like you usually do when you have data locally on your computer. And when you have enough points to work, you can stop the streaming, which means that you're going to have the high performances of Revit without having the need to stream the data. And then once you have stopped the streaming, or even if you haven't stopped, you can continue to work with your Revit with you to create and do your plans on it. So the Revit plugin is in a beta version. It is not yet commercialized, so that's why we're putting it on ATIS.cloud. So you need to activate it on your projects, and then our team will send you an email address with all the instructions that you need to follow to test it. And we're hoping to commercialize it at the end of the summer, once we have different returns of our clients on how they're using it. So thank you very much for your attention. Now we're going to switch to the question session. So I'm going to check the question that we have. So the first question that I have is, can ATIS combine photogrammetry with 360 panoramas to place the model in the 360 view? So for what's photogrammetry, we are able to show the point cloud that was generated from the photogrammetry. For the moment, we are unable to show the images that were used to create this photogrammetry, this point cloud. So for all the project of photogrammetry, you'll be able only to have the point cloud with their attributes, but you won't be able to integrate the images. The only images for the moment that we have on ATIS.cloud are panoramic images that come from terrestrial and mobile solutions. The second question. Okay, so it was Lina that was asking it. You can also ask your questions in private. When you have on the chat, you can switch to everyone or to only to the panelists. So please feel free to ask your questions. And I strongly recommend for those that do not have an account on ATIS.cloud to create an account. You have the freemium subscription, or you can benefit from the standard and advanced subscription, where you can have a 7 days free trial. So like that, you can really upload your data and test ATIS.cloud first, and then also if you use Revit, you can make the demand to test the Revit plugin. And yeah, at any time while you're connected on ATIS.cloud, you have the chat which is displayed, and you can ask your question at any time. Otherwise, you can contact us via email address.
Just for your information, I've put the link of to register to our ATIS.cloud beta program. So if you want to try the new plugin, you can just fill the form.
So I have another question. More than a question, is a recommendation. Could you improve a way to have measurements inside the profile view in 2D? For the moment, we already have different demands for this functionality. There is another way to do it the same way that you're doing with the profile height. You can use a clipping box. You can use a clipping box and put it in a view to view it only what's inside the clipping box, and like that you can do any kind of measurement. I can try and do that on one of my public projects that I have here. I can easily show you that. So Lina, I'm going to take over the screen if that's okay for you, if you don't have any other question.
Go on.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I can demo the video fly through. Okay, first thing first, I'm going to share my screen. Could you confirm, guys, that everyone is able to see my screen?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, perfect. So here I'm using the project that are in the gallery. Yeah, let's go for this project. So I'm going to show you a way how you can do, instead of using the profile height, you can have the same result with the clipping box. So here the project is loading, and now I'm going to hide the bubble views, and I'm going to use a clipping box here. I'm going to place it here. Let's say that this is the part that I want. I'm going to set it almost like the profile height, but first I need to set it correctly. Let me zoom in. So you can have the same result as the profile height. I can place myself on top in front of it. So this is the same result as the profile height. And then here you can do any kind of measurement. And just for the others to know what am I showing and why I'm answering to this question. If I show you the profile height, how it works, there is a tool here, profile height, and you'll be able to do something similar. Let me place myself here, but you won't have the measurement. So I'm using the profile height, and here I can show the 2D view. I can set the how large I want to be. Let's go for 1, and I can display it. And while you are in this mode, you cannot do any kind of measurement, even if you have the scale and number of points that are being displayed. Does that answer to your question? And for the fly through, yes, of course. Let me go to a project that we have a fly through. Is there anyone here in the demo already? I don't think so. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to find you the article that explains how you can do that. So here you have everything you need to know how you can create your fly through versions, and at the same time I'm going to show you on a real project. I'll go for this one. Yes, we are definitely going to share the recording of this webinar at the end of the day, or depending where you're located. You will receive an email with the link of YouTube where you can see the full demonstration of today. And for the fly through, on the left side, you have the icon of the camera. You can either create a point of view like this one. I'm creating point of view 1, for example. I can create another point of view here, point of view 2, and on the I can see the version. So on the right side, I can see my point of view, double click, and directly go to that. So for a bigger project, or if you want to explain something to your clients, you can easily manage them and send them to the right point of view. Otherwise, you can create a video fly-through animation. By default, you have 5 points, and then you can add any as much point as you want. You can set the view and the path. So here I'm going to send the view, and let's say that I want to add another one here. I can press P, and I've added another one. Otherwise, you can do it directly from here, where you can create another keyframe, another point of view. You can set the time of flying through. I'll go for 10 seconds, and you'll be able to play or stop it at any time. Do we have any other question, or have I missed any question? Where do I find the question?
There is a question about how you export the fly-through. Can you they're asking if we can export them to MP4?
Okay, so you won't be able to export to generate MP4 image video from ATIS.cloud. You'll be able to save it, but then since you're on a browser, you can install any kind of tool to record your screen, because for security reasons, we did not add any kind of functionality that might help you or help us save your screen, because by default, we don't see your data. The only moment that we see your data is when you put us in support, where we'll be here to help you. But exporting, creating video from that, there are lots of tools, free tools that you can add on your browser and automatically generate a video of that fly through. You're welcome. So thank you very much, guys, for your attention, and I hope to see you all soon at ATIS.cloud. And please don't hesitate to test it out and let us know what you think of our solution. Thank you very much for your attention.